Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to race number 2 of the weekend here at the Lausitzring for the DTM Trophy. Race number 1 was incredible. Qualifying today for race number 2 was incredible. And, well, race number 2 will prove to be just as, you guessed it, incredible. As we can see, there's some wind turbines in the background. Everyone knows the best races are where wind turbines are in the background. Welcome to the stream. If you are watching on YouTube, hopefully you are all well. Get yourselves involved in the YouTube chat by telling me where you're from, who you are supporting. I will read out as many as I possibly can. And if you're watching on DTM.grid, welcome. Absolutely welcome. Get yourselves involved in any chat you can. Whew, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Mike Waller, how you doing, buddy? So we've got some Ben fans in the chat for sure. Ben Green has got all of his gang here. He's got his, looks like he's got all of his sisters and brothers and mum and dad in the chat. He's got himself his pet's YouTube account as well. Good stuff. Good stuff. Right, let's get it on. So just the final checks being done here. Then they've got to indeed get to the start grid. Grid up. And then we've got one formation lap before we do indeed go to green light racing. There's a rolling start as well. So exciting times. Absolutely exciting times. So here we go. Now they're coming in. Kashpa. Greetings from the UK. New Zealand as well. Who else we got here? Verdonk to make it 2 for 2. Oh, very optimistic for sure. Australia going for my brother's team car number 18. Liam Lawson. Yeah, he's doing very well, isn't he? Very good driver. I'm just a fan of the sport. Love to see that, Tobias. Absolutely. Have I ever been to Australia? No. I was supposed to go a couple of years ago for work, but then the global thing happened. Flo Nathan, this is your first race watched live. Well, this is the current champion of the series, Tim Heineman, and he is your pole sitter for this race. Yet to win a race this season, not had a great start to the season, and he's currently P8 in the championship with 17 points. So, yeah, needs a big result today. And as you can see in the background, ladies and gentlemen, there is a little bit of moisture in the air. So it's been sunny throughout, no clouds, but that looks a very vicious cloud indeed. Very vicious. Empower from the Czech Republic. Joining from America. Nice, Camden. Lots of Americans watch this series. It's really good. Hello. Any chance of a shout-out from Steve Wooler? No, I'm afraid not. Enjoy the show, buddy. Italy, Switzerland now supported. Romanian flags are in the chat. We love this. Hopefully, Steve. Yeah, race 1 was really, really good. Milton Keynes, just next to the Red Bull factory. Nice. Ukraine, Russia, Poland, Portugal. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So many people from different countries around the world. And here we go. We're going to have a look at our cars. We're going to have a look at our drivers. And, well, last season's champion, such a dominant champion, 8 race wins under his belt. And Tim Heineman is yet to get a win. He was in the AMG last season. This season he's in the Aston Martin. And, well, he is starting at the front end here. Will Tregurtha being the championship leader, not even on the front 2 rows. So big, big opportunity here for Heineman to get himself involved in this championship hunt. As it stands, Tregurtha's on 58 points, and Heineman, who is all the way down in 8th, is on 17. Here's Florian Yamitz then, who has been so quick in qualifying, but in the races, it's just not been quite on it. Is today the day that he does indeed right the wrongs of yesterday? So that's your front row then. It's Germany versus Austria. That's an age-old battle, to be fair. And then we head then to the second row. Another German driver, Michael Schrey, who in the practice sessions for this championship a couple of months ago was here at the Lausitzring, was the fastest, so expecting good things from him. He's currently 3rd in the championship, but he's had a pretty disappointing weekend, if we're going to be honest. So expecting to see him bounce back today. But there's Ben Green, a winner of the race this season so far. He's actually the lead driver of anyone that's won this season in this qualifying session. So he is up in 4th spot. And all other race winners from this season are behind him. Here's another race winner from this season. William Tregurtha for CV Performance. He is indeed the championship leader. He's on 58 points. He's 5 points clear of Ben Green, who's just in front. As you can see there, pretty relaxed here. The only problem for him is the race starts in this car have not been good. His race pace has been exceptional, but his race starts have not been good. Blowing me a kiss. Got to respect it. Thank you. I will accept it, Will. I will accept it. Nico Verdonk. Everybody's favourite Belgian. Facts. Absolute facts. He is starting in P6. Yesterday, he managed to win the race. Can he do it once again? Lucas Mauron then, again, his team are absolute magicians. This car was in pieces yesterday, and his team have just magically repaired it once again. As you can see there, 2 flags for Lucas Mauron because he is Swiss and Brazilian. Needs a bit more luck than he did yesterday. He ended up in the wall on the start-finish straight, but the car looks absolutely pristine. So a great shout, another shout out to his team. They have done a superb job. Jan Zimmer then for FK Performance Motorsport. Swiss driver as well. So the 5th row of the grid here, 2 Swiss drivers. Best qualifying performance of the season for the Austrian Laura Krayhamer. She managed to get herself up into P9. So this is the 5th row. Sorry, the previous row was the 4th row. 2 minutes, 30 seconds until we have light out. And it looks like the camera guy has been told, no, that's it. Off you go. Off you pop. It's race time. Spato, I'm good, thank you. How are you? So again, if you've just joined the broadcast, let me know where you're watching from around the world. And indeed, let me know who you're here to support. Maybe you're just here to watch good racing. Here we go, my favorite bit. When did a crowd recognize they're on the big screen? He looks just like Mike Chanel. They have no idea. Missed opportunity. You have no idea that you're famous right now. Real in-depth conversation going on here, though. Looks a deeper conversation than what we're having for dinner tonight, that's for sure. Back to the grid we go then. There's Florian Yamitz. Expecting some serious pace from him in this race today. Oh, we've got some Japanese fans in. London, UK, Basque, nice. NYC, Poland, India, South Africa. From Czech Republic, Hungary, Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland. Fair play, DJ. You just like racing? That's what it's all about. Racing is racing ultimately, isn't it? Wow. So many different places. This is great. So if you're wondering, oh my Lord, why is the commentator talking to us in the chat? That's not normal. DTM have embraced kind of how esports is. And yeah, we want to try and get you lot as involved as possible. So there's one job for you today. One job. Well, let's say 2. Enjoy the show, first and foremost. Get yourselves involved in the chat. So that's part of enjoying the show. And at the end, I'm going to be asking for an unofficial vote. So it's not an official driver of the day, but we are a YouTube chat. We can do what we want. We're going to have an unofficial vote for your driver of the day. Does that sound good? Everyone happy with that? That's the rules. Right, let's get it on. It's race time, 10 seconds before we do indeed do our formation lap. Heinemann, lights on, ready to rock and roll. Does look like it's dark here, doesn't it? Great camera view, by the way. And they are off. See Tim Heinemann then in that Aston Martin. Very close indeed. And this is a cool camera. Very cool camera. Starting to get a little bit seasick with it, but other than that, it's pretty good. Here we go. Again, it takes such a long time to get the tyres up to temperature. It normally takes sort of 3 laps. So absolutely expected to be very frantic at the start of this race, that's for sure. So they will line up 2 by 2 now. And we are ready to rock and roll. Just a few corners to go then, and then they will go 2 by 2. 30 minutes of racing with 1 formation lap. Here is your grid then. Tim Heinemann and Florian Yamitz are on the front row. Schrey and Green, second row. Tregurtha is your 5th position. And it just went too fast for me to be able to read again, so I can only apologize there. Nico Verdonk then is on the 3rd row. Then we've got Maron Zimmer, Krahamer and Moritz Lerner as your top 10. Pace car will come away, and we wait for the green lights here. It's the final race of the weekend here. You've got to leave it all out on the table, get those big results. Heinemann needs a big result, so does Yamitz, to be fair. There's the red lights at the top of your screen, and when are we going to go green here? And we are green light racing, and I tell you what, it looks like a couple of cars may have gone a little bit early there, and you see defense there from Heinemann. He weaves twice. Michael Schrader is going to try and make the move up the inside, but look at Ben Green. Ben Green making a great move up the inside here. Yamitz is going to go around the outside of Schrey. Schrey was not able to take advantage there. Almost a bit of contact between Ben Green and Yamitz, but Yamitz with his second phase of his start. Superb bit of driving there. Heinemann, though, has been able to get away after all the tomfoolery. Flashing of lights then happening here in front. Don't know what's going on right now as Heinemann then closes the door on that Expo. Expo has to go out wide here. It's going to try and go around the long way here. Probably going to get squeezed off here for sure. Ben Green now takes full advantage of Yamitz making that mistake here. In the front two then are Heinemann and Ben Green. We saw that many times last season. Yamitz trying his best then to hold on, but unfortunately wasn't quite good enough. Anyone else made any moves here? Schrey's dropping down the order here. Tregurtha still in P5 here, and we've got a big off here. Who is at the number 4 car there? Now, that is not ideal at all. Running off circuit, and that's 2 races in a row where it's just not gone right here for sure. Nico Verdonk here and Tregurtha side by side. Incredible action from both those drivers. And as they come then down the back straight here, Ben Green trying to make the most then of that speed advantage in the straight line of the BMW. Goes out nice and wide here then, and Tim Heinemann, current reigning champion, knows what it's like to lead out here at Lausitzring, knows how to lead races, knows how to win the races as well, as Schrey and Verdonk then are having an absolute ding-dong here. Tregurtha's just going across defensive to try and stop Schrey from making a potential move, which means Schrey's boxed in, but Verdonk's going to lose out then. And I think that's Uverhaus as well trying to come through. Crazy action on lap number 1. What a race start it's been, and no one has ended up in a wall or anything. Cracking stuff. But it is going to be Tim Heinemann that leads this race. It is going to be indeed Ben Green in second. Yamitz is in third. But look at Ben Green then. He is then right up the exhaust pipe here of our race leader. And Heinemann's made that move already, and it's going to be a move up the inside for Ben Green. He takes the lead of this race, and he's looking to become the first double race winner of the season. Side-by-side action then between Uverhaus and Verdonk. Verdonk's just about got the advantage here in that Supra winner from indeed race number 1. Does have ballast on board because of that race win as well. We do have success ballast for our top 3. And then we go a little bit further at the back here, and it looks like it is Sophie Hoffman and Sherban in 20th and 19th position respectively. I tell you what, I think Tregurtha has just made a move on Schrey. Has the championship leader. Tregurtha is now up to P4, but I think if Ben Green wins this race, he will indeed take the championship lead, regardless of where Tregurtha finishes. As you can see, a great bit of work there from Moritz Lerner to hold on to a position there. He was under some severe pressure there. Lack of experience, don't worry about it. He can do what he wants. And actually, Heinemann is back into the lead here. Yeah, I think Heinemann's got back into the lead here. Yes, he has. So Tim Heineman back up ahead of Ben Green. Ben Green now in second. Yamitz is close in third. And this is really, really nice stuff here. And you can see Tregurtha is now off to chase down the front three. Ben Green there just turning in a little bit early and having to get on the brakes a little bit more than he would like to have done. Heineman there getting across defending. Again, Heineman is very, very good at defending. He's very, very good at leading from the front. But again, Ben Green will just try and get that really good exit on the final corner, potentially make a move then. As you can see here, Kramer trying to keep hold of the position, actually going to run a little bit wide there. That's not going to work out. And unfortunately, a loss of position it will be. I think that's Riccatelli. So yeah, Riccatelli has just made a move then on Stefan Cox and indeed Kramer. So Riccatelli is absolutely making moves here. Tim Heineman gets a very good exit out of the final corner, sets himself up nicely here, but it's a long run. It's a huge run down towards turn number 2. Look at Moritz Lerner. It's almost 3 wide here. He's going to try and make a double move himself. We head back towards the leaders then, and Yamitz is still very close in that KTM Expo. 1 second separating the front 3. Tregurtha, you can see there in the AMG, trying to defend from Michael Schrey. Schrey currently 3rd in the championship. Tregurtha currently 1st in this championship. So really for Ben Green, the perfect scenario would be for Schrey to get ahead here of Tregurtha, and he would extend, well, he would get into the lead of the championship, and it would be the biggest possible lead he could have. So as we head then towards the end of lap number 3, it is still Heineman, 4 tenths clear of Green. Yamitz then in 3rd position in that KTM. What a start, ladies and gentlemen. What a start. Hopefully you're enjoying this watching at home. This is absolutely phenomenal stuff here. It looks like Tregurtha has got a little bit of breathing room here from Schrey. Again, we know Schrey is very, very quick indeed, and Heineman is now able to just make it an advantage. He's about 4 tenths of a second ahead here, and you see Yamitz just pulling out there, trying to get into the mind of Ben Green. It looks like Heineman may have run a little bit wide. Off into the kitty litter then in the background there from one of our Audis, which is not good at all. Looks like that might have been Gerban. It was actually Sophie Hoffman. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That isn't ideal. So into the gravel we go. And now we've got to try and get back out. So the kitty litter being used there twice. Oh, so it's Jörg Wiebahn. So yeah, Wiebahn there making a mistake. And that's going to chuck a load of gravel on circuit here. And the drivers at the front will not know this. So that is going to be, yeah, not ideal here. So he comes back on the circuit. And what happens after that then? So side by side then with Gerban, who's around the outside. Oh dear. Oh wow. So he completely missed his braking point there, and he's just found a little opening. He's found a letterbox to post through, and fair play to him. That could have been really messy. Oh, brilliant stuff here. Oh, Ben Green's had contact. Oh, that's a big smash. That's a huge smash. Tim Heineman's been cleaned out by Yamitz. Yamitz then was right up in behind Ben Green, had a little bit of contact, lost all sense of downforce, got on the brakes late, missed his braking point, and Heineman has been absolutely skittled there. Front 2 out. Ben Green, did he manage to keep hold of the car? That's the big question here. But P1 or P3 and P1 are out of this race. Safety car straight out here. We just got to hope that those 2 drivers are okay. That is a huge shunt there, and that is not what you want to see. Big, big crash there. Big, big impact. Heineman is absolutely furious, has every right to be as well. Just good to see him walking out there. He's gutted. Absolutely, he did nothing wrong there. He's driven such a good start to the race. And that car is toast. Yamitz is going to come out of the car. He is okay. The car's smoking. But that is a huge shunt. Tregurtha then's been gifted a P2. Ben Green is in the lead. And well, we've got then Schrey in P3. And as it stands then, the top 3 in the championship are the top 3 in this race. Ben Green, though, is the leader. So a big opportunity for him to take the lead of this championship. So here we go. You can see what happens here. Look, there's a little bit of contact which sends Ben Green sideways. Yeah, so there's a little bit of contact there, and he was just missed his braking point. So he's lost sight of his braking point by being so close behind Ben. And you miss your brakes by what? You know, 5 meters, 10 meters. You're just going to absolutely swing into the side there. The door being completely ripped off there of Heineman's car. So thankful that he's okay, because that is the driver's side as well. Oh wow, that could have been really bad. Does his brakes come on at all? I'm not sure if his brakes come on at all there. Did we see the red lights pop up? There might have been a brake failure there, you know. So thankful that there's no one injured in that scenario. Just goes to show the safety of the cars at this point. Look at the door just get ripped off. Heineman's door's off to the left there. Oh, wow. That is a huge shunt. So here we go. We're going to see it from the reverse angle here. So he's really close in the slipstream. And yeah, so Ben gets on the brakes then into the braking zone. Yamitz is got off-sighted. He's not able to brake here. He's trying to go up the inside. And unfortunately, he's just got nowhere to go. Yeah, he's going far too quickly. And oh, he just, yeah, it's just, that is messy. That is really messy. Really messy. And we've got a safety car here. Again, thankful that both drivers have walked away from this. Heinemann, every right to be furious for that. It's just a bystander. Nothing could be done there. Absolute madness. What has happened there? Well, there's a door. So we've got to get rid of all of that off the circuit. This might be there's going to be a lot of parts of car all over the braking zone into turn number one. But here we go. We get a relook then of the restart. And Heinemann, you can see, goes across once to block off Michael Schrey, then goes again. And that might have been interesting to see whether he might have been reported for that. Look at Ben Green, though. Wow, what an opportunistic move that was for Ben Green. Up the inside, sees those two, having a little bit of fun with each other, and he just sends it up the inside and goes, yep, thanks, boys. You boys crack on. And then he's right up and behind Yamitz here, but by the time they end up in towards turn number two, Green is up to second spot. So a really good start from him. As you can see here, he makes a mistake. So Yamitz runs wide. Heinemann just completely squeezes him and says, yeah, absolutely, you can try go around the outside if you like, but it's not going to work out. And Ben Green's just like, thank you, birthday, Christmas, rolled into one. I'll have that position. And well, he's had another birthday and Christmas since then, hasn't he? Because now he leads this race with two of the fastest cars not able to finish the race. So all smiles down there, but not too sure the Aston Martin racing team will be overly pleased with the outcome of that situation, that's for sure. So here we are then. We are now 19 minutes 31 away from the end of this race. We've got a safety car still out here. It looks like everything has been cleaned up. And I would imagine, considering the pace the safety car was going around that part of the circuit, the safety car will be coming in. Ben Green has been gifted an opportunity here. And is he going to take that opportunity? We've got Will Tregurtha then, current championship leader, in second. And Michael Schrey's the only one out of the top three in the championship who has not won a race yet so far this season. So can Schrey potentially get himself up into the lead of this race and become the fourth winner out of four? So there we go, side-by-side action. Still up to Ben Green when they go, though. Well, I say up to him. He'll see the green lights, and we know that Tregurtha, that AMG does not like a race start. It is not a huge fan of it whatsoever. So here we go, safety car has come in. There we go, lights are out. Here we go, this is what we're here for, racing action. Ben Green then at the front in that BMW. The AMG then, who's just been terrible at getting off the line. That's for sure this week so far, or this weekend. And then we've got Schrey in the background. Schrey had an incredible start last time out. Is he going to be able to do the same here again? So waiting for the green lights to appear before we get going once again. 17 minutes, 50 seconds to go, and we are green light racing. Nico Verdonk knows how slow the AMG is. He's going to have to try and swing it around the outside. Schrey once again getting boxed in here. We got also around the outside, you can see in the background, Moritz Lerner going 3 wide. Is he going to be able to hold it here? He's actually on the outside of a Supra and indeed a KTM. DTM. But look at this then, Ben Green leads the way. It's 3 wide. We've got Michael Schrey up the inside. We've got Tregurtha through the middle. We've got now indeed Nico Verdonk there as well. He's squeezing them both down low. He's now going to move up to try and open up turn number 2. Late on the brakes then for the Toyota Supra. 3 into 1 is not going to work out here for sure. And well, I'll tell you what, it has. Incredible stuff there from Tregurtha. He takes the initiative and he actually holds on to P2. Looks like Schrey just about holds on to P3. And then in P4 it will be Nico Verdonk, but Overhaus is very, very close indeed. Very, very close indeed. Stefan Cox then having a battle here with Christopher Rink as it stands. And there's another car off the circuit as well. It's not ideal. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's Vebahn again. So Vebahn making the mistake there, running wide. I'm sure he may have got a helping hand once again. Lucas Mauron then, again, the car not in great shape yesterday, but today is looking very quick indeed in the top 6 as it stands. How they have not caused another safety car is beyond me, but they haven't. That's a fact. We are still racing here. And as you can see, there's a bit of an ascendancy of BMWs now trying to chase down Tregurtha. Tregurtha being in P2. But look how close they are. Once this AMG gets going, it is an absolute monster here, of course. So can he potentially get up into the lead of this race? He is putting so much pressure on Ben Green. Again, Ben Green has had so much touching up of his rear of the car over the last couple of laps here. How he's managed to keep it in a straight line is beyond me. Top 6 separated by absolutely nothing. You can cover them now with a blanket. As we go round the final corner, Ben Green still leads the way. And now the AMG, maybe this is where it struggles, as Michael Schrey then will indeed go up to P2. I think he's going to go around the outside, going to try and use the slipstream then of his fellow BMW driver. But look on the inside here, Tregurtha holds a very, very tight line here. Can he potentially hold on, though? That's the question. On the exit, though, this is where the BMW will be able to stretch its legs down in towards turn number 2. Tregurtha, though, will squeeze him out wide, and Schrey's going to go for, well, he's going to go for the reverse here, down underneath. Not quite going to work out. You see Nico Verdonk flashing his lights there, just to let everyone know that he's still there. He's everyone's favourite Belgian, just being nice. Hi guys, just in behind you. Maybe I'm going to make a move at some point, but just wanted to let you know I'm here. Anyway, it is a great bit of stuff here from Ben Green on lap number 2 of the restart, because he's now made himself a little opportunity. Overhaus is being overtaken here by Verdonk. Verdonk has made a move here, surely. As we look at the background here, that is Vebahn, the number 31. Not in the best position ever. And I tell you what, Overhaus has defended from Nico Verdonk, and Lucas Mauron has pounced like a panther, and he's made himself an opportunity here. He's going to come through. Great bit of driving from him. We've got Jan Zimmer now in the number 50 BMW. He's going to now push Verdonk down the order, I think, as we come down towards the back straight. We do indeed. Tregurtha flashing his lights now, letting everyone know he's still in the race. And well, as you can see, oh, wow, that was so nearly Zimmer driving into the side there of Verdonk, realizing, oh, no, there's a car there on my inside, and then he did indeed back out. But they're all in single file here. This is frantic stuff. We're just over the halfway point of this race, and it's still Ben Green in the lead, looking to become the first driver of this season to get a double win, or 2 wins in the season. Tregurtha also looking to do that. Schrey looking to get his first race win of the season. Currently 3rd in the championship, yet to win a race. This will be huge for his confidence moving forward. Overhaus, best performance so far this season, P4 for him. Mauron then showing some of his form, what he had at the end of last season. Look at that Audi. The Audi we know is very fast in a straight line here. He's actually now going to force Overhaus to go down low. Overhaus goes back up high to cover it as well. But again, Mauron did have that slipstream to work with. You can see in the background then, you've got that red BMW. That is indeed Moritz Lerner. Moritz Lerner battling then with Orton. So Michael David Ortmann battling for position. As you can see here, Mauron just being squeezed out wide by Overhaus. And they'll want a podium here. But Overhaus would love a podium, so would Mauron. They've got to be careful, got to be a bit clever around this situation, because if you battle too much, you're indeed going to lose positions. So just a few corners to go again for lap number 9. We had 3 laps under safety car due to an incident between our front 2. Yamitz absolutely cleaning out Heinemann. Heinemann was doing a sensational job in the lead of this race. And very, very unfortunate for him to be involved in such a big accident. Again, it was a huge bit of contact, and ultimately we're just happy that the 2 drivers are okay. I'm sure they'll sort their differences out. But yeah, Heinemann's got every reason to be angry, that's for sure. Mauron then, again, trying to hold on to this position, taking a rallycross line there. It's like Petter Solberg in that Audi at this point. Just tucked up then behind, again, Overhaus, but he's got Verdonk right up behind him underneath that rear wing. And that Supra, he's a quick boy, that's for sure. The lead, though, very, very close indeed. It's 0.4 of a second, 4:20 between Tregurtha and Green. I think as they cross the line here, it might be even closer. It might be more like 0.2 of a second. And it is, so it's just over 0.2 of a second here as they come through one. Can he potentially make the move for the lead here? Again, Trey needs them to really start battling for position. Trey needs this race victory, I would say. And actually, I think he's quite close here, is he not? As we go a little bit further backwards into the race, see all the cars panning past. See Tregurtha is very, very close indeed. Trey not really putting too much pressure on Verdonk then, and Mauron, oh, bit of contact then between the two. Looks like Mauron got stuck on the apex, and Verdonk did not want to let go at all there. And again, you see a little gap opening up, and all of a sudden everybody wants a space. So you got Jan Zimmer, there's a little gap open, and he tried to force his way up the inside, and then Verdonk's like, no, I've got to close that door, so he's got to stop focusing on the guy in front and defend real hard from the guy behind. Again, he's looking for a little opportunity himself here. Krahamer, absolute worldie of a drive so far here, up to P8. Trying to go around the outside of Zimmer for P7? Oh, onto the kitty litter, and that's not good. So she's going to lose a little bit of time here, a little bit of momentum. I think Riccatelli's going to get ahead now. So, again, commentator's curse as soon as I mention she's doing well. Unfortunately, it makes a little bit of an error there and loses a position. Stefan Cox now, P10, trying to put a little bit of pressure on herself. You see that Moritz Lerner then in very close proximity as well through the S's here onto the final corner. Mauron then, oh, you see Verdonk there, just tried to get a bit of a better run through the final corner, and unfortunately it just cost him more time than anything else. So here we go, we're going to see the potential, there's a, yeah, Krahamer was actually up to a P7 at one point. See the mistake there. Two drivers going off, that was V-Bahn as well. This was the race start, so this is the first lap. Everyone's going to be nice and close. All jostling for position, all trying to find a little bit of space, and ultimately some people are going to lose that hugely. It's Mauron again. Mauron loves going offline, doesn't he? Bouncing through the gravel here. It's Krahamer keeping two wheels on. You can see that the front and the rear left dragging that car across. You've got to fight with the wheel to try and get it back onto track. Lost the position because of it, but ultimately still in this race. That's the main thing. And actually still very close here to Riccatelli. Riccatelli looking for his first points of the season. I know, crazy to say that he's got 0 points. And look at that, Stefan Cox taking every opportunity to make a move up the inside of Krahamer. And I think she may have got that done. Front two separated by very little here. Verdonk trying to make a move here. This is now where the tyres will start to go off. We're around about the 10-minute mark, 5 minutes to go. In between that window, that's when the tyres really do start to drop off here. So some of the cars that are a bit worse on tyre wear will start to indeed lose a lot of pace. So round towards the final turn, back onto the ring. And I'll tell you what, Tregurtha has probably got, he's as close as he's been all race here. Remember, these two are indeed right now P1 and P2 in the championship. William Tregurtha, who's in second right now, leads the championship. Ben Green is in second, but if Ben is to win this race, he would take the lead in the championship. It'd be a slender lead, but he would take the lead all of the same. And right now, Shrey in P3 is just hoping and praying that they get really close, battle really hard, and just give him an opportunity to get up there involved. Through turn number one, they all come then. They're all in single file now. Still very, very close between everybody. The BOP seems so, so good for this circuit. So many different manufacturers. Again, there's a few BMWs at the front end, but there was an Aston Martin at the front. There was a KTM at the front before those two got together. So we're seeing a bit of contact here. Very much some door banging, big old door banging. And I'll tell you what, the big winner there, look at that, Moritz Lerner and that medium marked car. It's just going to get one up the inside. Lovely old job. And you've got to feel sorry for the Aston Martins today, because they have not had the rub of the green, let's say. Oh, Lucas Mauron's off. Nico Verdonk as well. Big opportunities then for the BMWs in behind as well. Stefan Cox is going to gain a couple of positions here. And, well, Mauron off the track once again. David Gerban's going to try and make a move here. A couple of the Audis going to come through. I think that Mauron's got a problem here. Not able to get back up to speed, and actually just filters back in, right in between the two. Be interesting to see how that played out. Oh, big spin, Krahamer. Big spin there. Looks like she may have run wide once again. Maybe tried to, again, drag the car back onto track, and the car's just snapped. So again, we've got two things now we're going to see on replay. All of it's going down now. And this is what I said, the tyres do just go off. So what's happened here? So Verdonk's trying to find a gap up the inside. And I think Mauron may have just spun on it. Doesn't look like there's any contact. I think Mauron spun on his own there. We'd have to see that from a different angle. But it didn't look like there was actually contact. The spin looked like an outcome of a little touch to the rear left of Mauron's car. But it didn't look like they were close enough. I think he's tried to close the gap really late. And yeah, well, there's Krahamer. Tried to save it, tried to not go into that barrier. And ultimately comes back across, gets the steering all crossed up. No downforce in the car. No friction through the tyres. And then you're a passenger. Car's all good though. Still will continue in this race. But yeah, we'd need to see that from a different angle. It didn't look like, the outcome looked like there was contact between Verdonk and Mauron, but it didn't look like there was contact. It just looked like Mauron's tried to close the door, but he's just over-rotated the car. Strange one, but we'd need to see it again. Maybe there was contact. As Verdonk is in the pits, and that is going to be a retirement. Oh dear, that is not good at all. So a race win yesterday and a retirement today. It's going to be absolutely furious here. They've still got a battle in the lead here. 6 minutes to go in this race. The front two still very, very close. Ben Green doing a stellar job as it stands of holding on to the lead. Front four have kind of got away here with all the mistakes happening around. So across the line they go. I think Mauron's still in the race. Yeah, P13. So Mauron's still going. As we head then down the start, finish straight. So Ben Green still leading the way. 0.4 of a second clear. Tregurtha is in P2. We're watching here Stefan Cox and Moritz Lerner. Moritz Lerner then on the inside. And again, Lerner, just racecraft and race pace absolutely outweighs the qualifying pace of him this weekend. He would have learned so much about himself. So if he sharpens up his qualifying, then he's going to be right up there, that's for sure. He carves his way through the field beautifully well. And also, he was a bit timid at Monza, by his own profession, by the way, his own confession. He was just like, I didn't realize that these real racing drivers will literally go for every single gap. So he's hardened up a little bit, and ultimately, he's turning into a very, very special, talented driver as we move forward in this championship. Again, it's going to be a big learning curve this season. We're doing a sensational job. Talking of sensational job, Stefan Cox, P8, very good drive so far. Christopher Rink, P9. Chandler Hole, could this finally be the time he scores his first championship points? Yesterday, in a great spot to do so before he got involved with Lucas Mauron, and they had a little altercation. I say little altercation, it's a big altercation, safety car worthy altercation along the start-finish straight. How it happened, beyond me, but it happened. But this time, he's got a 1.6 second gap between himself and Stolschmidt in P11. So a big chance for Chandler Hole then, as we are still on board with Moritz Lerner. And now we head, as soon as I say that, we head to the leaders. Tregurtha then trying to pin down Ben Green. He wants to try and keep hold of this championship lead this season. The flash of the lights again. Hi, behind you. Ben Green's like, yep, absolutely know you're there. Don't you worry about that. Try and make a way around me. I'll tell you what, it looked like Tregurtha just jumped over the exit of turn 2 then. So here we go. Looks like there might have been a mistake. Oh no, off the circuit we go. Yeah, not ideal at all. So what happens here then? So Moritz, of course, makes the move. And actually we see there's all sorts of shenanigans going on here. Mauron, again, chilling. Not been a good weekend, unfortunately, for Lucas Mauron. So around the final few corners we will go. And it is still Ben Green versus Tregurtha. This is not over, is it? 2 minutes 44 to go. So for my money, it's 3 laps to go in this race. And are we going to see a potential move being made? Tregurtha is as close as he has been all race. He should get actually a better exit. He squared Ben Green up nicely here. He's got the inside line, actually. And here we go then. He has got the overlap. Ben Green cannot come down. Side by side between the two. And now it's a drag race here. Tregurtha looking to get his second win of the season, same as Ben Green. Of course, the BMW is very good in a straight line. You'll see the difference in power. But it is indeed the agility of the AMG that will help him through turn number 1. Again, side by side still as they run then through 1, down in towards turn number 2. Tregurtha, though, again, will have to be off the power ever so slightly. You know, the acute angle he is taken through 1. Ben Green then, how good are you going to be on your brakes here? How good can you be on your brakes? Tregurtha looking to make the move down towards turn number 2. Ben Green tries to squeeze him down low. He's now going to open up the corner. He's let him go. So Tregurtha is going to make the move here. But look at Ben Green. Ben Green is not done here. I'll tell you what, Tregurtha has made a sensational move there. Set him up nicely. Oh, bit of contact there between the two. Green there just ever so slightly later on the brakes. And Tregurtha now takes the lead of this race. So Ben has now got to do what Tregurtha's done to him. Great bit of racing from these two. Real good respect. And I tell you what, these two are going to be battling for this championship the entirety of this season. So if you've only just got involved with DTM Trophy, you're in for a treat watching these two go at it, that's for sure. So here we go. Just later on the brakes, ever so slightly, not a lot. Tregurtha then hits the apex here. Again, he chumps the car over the curb. Actually, no, he misses the curb there. He runs a little bit wide. Again, testament to how late he was on the brakes, but just gets his car across the bonnet then of Ben Green, and then we just see this. So on the brakes there, yeah, a little bit of a love tap there. AMG seems very much able to deal with that kind of contact. And now they battle to fight another day. So we've got 2 laps remaining then as they come around the final corner. And can Ben Green get into that slipstream? Look how agile it is through the corners. The AMG is an absolute weapon through the corners. But now it's this long run here with a bit of slipstream as well. Engine not having to do as much work for the BMW. I think it might be a little bit too far back, but again, it is a long run. Through turn number 1 they will come. You can see that Michael Schrader sitting, waiting for an opportunity. I think Green is closing up, you know. Overhouse there in P4. Look at this, Ben Green is closing up. So as they head then down in towards turn number 2, oh, this is going to be close, isn't it? So Ben Green then tucked underneath the AMG, flashing his lights again. As they come down in towards turn number 2. Tregurtha goes late. Ben Green goes even later. And now he's going to open up the corner. Tregurtha, as he missed his braking point here, I think he's going to run too far wide. Ben Green, though, not quite close enough to take advantage. This is perfect now for Schrey. Schrey looking to get involved here with what will be 1 lap to go after this one here. So 1.5 laps remaining. And can Ben Green potentially make that move? Remember, Tregurtha leads this championship by 5 points as it stands. And well, this would be a huge margin. It would actually go now to 12 points if he stays like this. But if Ben Green can get ahead, that means that Ben Green would lead by 2 points. It's crazy how it can switch so quickly. But these two then, I think, will be the 2 favourites for this championship coming out this weekend. They look good, but Tregurtha with a little bit of an error here. Big mistake here. The pressure is on. Ben Green then side by side. Can he go around the outside? It's going to be very, very tight here. Tregurtha's going to have to be on his A game. And Ben Green runs off. Ben Green's run off circuit here. And where is Michael Schrey? Schrey is going to take advantage of this. He's currently 3rd in the championship. He's currently 3rd in this race. And he's got to try and take full advantage of those kinds of mistakes. So Tregurtha has made 1 error. And Ben Green then had an error because of it. Crazy stuff here. Final lap of the race, ladies and gentlemen. Final lap of the weekend. Tregurtha still in the lead of this race. I'm going to need you all to vote for your driver of the day after this. The unofficial YouTube vote for your driver of the day nonetheless. As we go across the line, and here we go. Michael Schrey is in close proximity as well. We know that Ben Green can catch up due to the slipstream, due to the power advantage in a straight line, but the AMG is very agile through that 1. It is close. It is very, very close here. Tregurtha, again, will be wary of the mistake he made on the previous lap. Maybe the brakes starting to overheat ever so slightly as Ben Green then flashes his lights to let him know he's still there. How late can you go on the brakes here, Ben? You've got to do it through the technical section here, the final sector. You've got to get it done. As they come through then the left-hander. Again, Schrey is just there to pick up any pieces now. He'll be pretty happy with P3, but if anything goes down between these two, he will be there to pick up the pieces. Front 3 separated by absolutely nothing right now, half a second as they take then one of the 2 back straights here. They head up towards this right-hander, sweeping right-hander, which again is going to help the AMG out. Snaking under braking though is the AMG. The legs are going to start to shake here for Tregurtha. Going to start to get nervous. He's got no time to be nervous here. Here we go then. Ben Green has got the slipstream advantage here. Tregurtha runs ever so slightly wide, but not enough. Will maintain his speed advantage for sure. Now up towards the left-hander. Merely a couple of corners to go here for round 4 of the DTM Trophy 2021. And well, we thought it might be a Tim Heinemann win once again, but it's not worked out for him as Yamitz saw to that. But it's been given an opportunity here for Ben Green, or indeed Tregurtha. Tregurtha then gets out the final corner well enough here, I think, as they come around the final turn. It is going to be another race victory here for Will Tregurtha. It is going to be an extension of the championship lead. He is going to be the first double winner of the season. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. But it is going to be Will Tregurtha takes P1. Ben Green will take P2. Schrey P3. Uverhaus will take P4. Jan Zimmer will take P5. And an absolute BMW party, by the way. But the main position was taken by an AMG. Riccatelli P6 then, Moritz Lerner P7, Stefan Cox P8. We have then got Christopher Rink in P9. Chandler Hole did it, got his first points of the season. Congratulations then for a top 10 for our American driver, the sole American driver here. But it really does belong to the Brits today, Tregurtha and Ben Green as your P1 and P2. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. What a race. Right, talk to me. YouTube chat, who is your unofficial driver of the day? Need you to vote right now. Who is your driver of the day? Get it involved. Philip has gone for driver of the day for Tregurtha. Nice. Ben Green, Tregurtha. T-R-I. Tregurtha with an I. As you see them coming across the line. Tregurtha and Green both getting a lot of votes. We've got Sherban getting a vote. Lerner has got a couple. Tregurtha and Ben Green very much getting the most votes here. As we watch then the race winner. I think unofficially then, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to give driver of the day to Will Tregurtha for CV performance. Congratulations. Extended his championship lead. Oh, wow. What a race it was. Very unfortunate for Tim Heinemann. Very unfortunate for Yamitz. And it just did look like it might have been a brake failure. But again, I haven't got that information, so I can't really confirm nor deny. If anybody has any questions for me about the DTM Trophy before the next round in a few weeks' time, you can indeed message me on Instagram or indeed on Twitter at @ActrolVision. So happy to answer any questions you may have. Always good to see new people here watching. Hopefully you did indeed enjoy the show. We love to bring you this. We like to get involved with the chat as well. So while we're waiting for them to all get celebrations out there, if you've got any questions, you might want to post them in the chat right now. He's happy. Wonder if we're going to see him do a pose by the car with the one finger up to represent number 1, but a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more confident than yesterday. He's got to practice. Ja, glad you enjoyed it. Hi, Corey. Philip, stop it. So Tregurtha there with his Simply Race helmet. Shout out to Simply Race. Racing in the AMG for CV Performance Group. Takes the win. He saw the camera. Look at him. It's all shy. Don't be shy. You love it. Out there winning races for the tall boys. We need some love too, us tall boys. So there indeed is your race winner. It is going to be Will Tregurtha. And I'm going to leave you now with all of the celebrations and whatnot. Hopefully you enjoyed the broadcast. I've had an absolute blast this weekend. And I shall see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Achtung Fahrer, zweiter Aufruf, Rennen 2 der DTM Trophy. Zweiter Aufruf, Rennen 2 der DTM Trophy. Attention pedal. Second call, race to DTM Trophy. Second call, race to DTM Trophy.
Auf der zweiten Position im Ziel, die Startnummer 10. Es ist der Zweitplatzierte in der Tabelle, Zweiter auch im Rennen, Ben Green. siegreiche Team heißt CV Performance Group. Herzlichen Glückwunsch! Und unser Sieger hier in der Lausitz heißt William Tregotha, unser Tabellenführer. Congratulations! Und nun zu Ehren des Siegers, zu Ehren von William Tregotha, die britische Nationalhymne God Save the Queen. Wunderbar, und jetzt ist es Zeit für die Trophäen. It's time for the trophies, guys. Take them and lift them up in the air for our photos. Tja, und damit sind wir weitestgehend durch mit der Siegerehrung. Die Fotografen sind glücklich. And now it's time for you, for the champagne.